In this video, I want to demonstrate a way to use the MACD or the MACD indicator to time buying points of the S&P 500. This strategy uses the histogram part of the MACD indicator and trades are dead easy to spot. We're going to be looking at a daily chart and I'm going to be using the SPX 500 CFD from Oanda, which tracks the S&P 500 index. This 1, 2, 3 indicator looks at the last 3 bars of the MACD histogram, and once they're aligned correctly, we can then go long or enter a buy trade. And it's a long only strategy because generally it's much easier or much more reliable to just go long only on a stock index, because historically stock indexes tend to rally, especially the S&P 500 tends to rally historically over time. It's far harder to identify shorting or selling areas. Once I've shown you how to enter the trades, then I'm going to give you 4 different exit options. They all work on a similar principle, which is exiting into strength. I'll show you the results and how they work for each different exit, and then maybe you can make your mind up which one is your favourite. Now I'm going to show you that MACD histogram pattern on the whiteboard. I'm going to show you the exits, where to put a stop loss, and then we can go and have a look at the results. So, daily chart of the S&P 500. Once you've got your chart, insert your MACD or your MACD indicator. And that normally consists of this histogram part of the indicator and then 2 moving averages. As I've already mentioned, we're only taking notice of the histogram for this strategy. Now, entries are very simple. All we're looking for is really 2 rules. We're looking for 3 consecutive negative bars on the MACD histogram, and we're making sure that we're in a longer term uptrend, and to determine that we want to see the close of the last daily bar above the 200 period simple moving average. So those 3 negative consecutive bars. Here's the histogram. Anything above the center line is positive, anything below is negative. You'll notice I've got 2 green arrows here. I don't think the green comes out particularly well on the camera, but we've got 2 green arrows. So what we need to see is 3 consecutive negative bars. So this is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. They're all lower than each other and they're all negative. They're all below that center line. Once we've got those 3 negative bars, we enter the market at the open on the next bar. Here's where the green arrow is to buy. Okay. Now let's just assume that we've taken profit somewhere here, and I'm going to show you another entry point because we don't have to worry about the MACD histogram going above into positive territory. What we see here is another entry because we've got 1, 2, 3. These are all lower than the previous bar, and that first or third bar is negative. So we've got 1, 2, 3 negative bars, and then we've got a buy on the open of the next bar. Okay, so dead easy to spot. Most of the time you won't see trades like this. Most of the time the histogram goes from positive to negative and you're entering on that 4th negative bar. But there are times where you will see this, you'll exit into profit and then you'll get another re-entry all the time when the histogram has stayed negative. So that's our entry signal. Okay, dead easy. Now, we've got 4 separate different exits, and they all use a similar principle. Exit number 1 is using a 10-period simple moving average. So, put a 10-period moving average on your daily chart of the S&P, and then simply, when the closes above the 10-period moving average, so it closes into a short-term rally or into short-term strength, then exit the trade. Okay, easy. Exit number 2 is the first profitable close exit, but with a delay of 4 days. We want to be in the trade for a minimum of 4 days, including the day that we actually entered the trade. Once you're in a trade at least 4 days, then we look at the close of each bar. If we're in profit, then we just get out of the trade, exit the trade into profit, into strength. If we're not, then we stay in the trade until we're in profit, or perhaps the stop loss gets hit. Another easy one. Exit number 3 uses RSI. Now, the good old RSI with a 2 period, so it's a fast RSI. Put your RSI on the chart, select a 2 period RSI, and then what we're looking for is the RSI to close above the 70 level. So short-term strength. Once the RSI closes above 70, exit the trade. So that's exit number 3. And the last exit technique is using the MACD histogram. And it's pretty much a mirror image of how we got in the trade. We needed 3 consecutive negative bars. Now what we're looking for is 3 consecutive up bars. Now they don't necessarily have to be negative. For example, in this trade, if we'd entered here, we've got 1, 2, 3 bars of the histogram going upwards, and then we would exit the trade on this next bar. And then this is the sort of area where we'd get that re-entry that I was talking about at the start of this demonstration. We will also have a closer look at the exits on the computer, so just in case something is not quite clear here, then hopefully it will clear it up when we look at it on the computer, on the chart. And the last thing is, of course, the stop loss. Now, again, dead easy. The stop loss is simply at the 200 period moving average. If prices drop below the 200 period moving average, just exit the trade. Okay, pretty straightforward. Now, let's go over to the computer, have a look at how the trades work, how the exits work, and look at the results. I've already mentioned the data I'm using is Oanda's SPX 500 CFD, which tracks the index. And I'm using data back to January 2006 through to November 2021. Firstly, let me show you the entries and walk you through each of the exits so you see what they look like on the charts. So in this above pane here, we simply have our daily chart of the S&P. This cyan moving average here is our 10 period moving average. There is a cyan moving average here as well, much lower, which is our 200 simple moving average. Below we've got the MACD or the MACD indicator, and I've removed the moving averages. We've just got the histogram in red. So our first entry is here. Now you'll see that we've got positive histogram levels of the MACD, and then this is our first negative one. So 1, 2, 3, and each is lower than the other one. And then, so once we've got our 3, then we enter on the open of the next bar. Now let's run through each of the exits, and first up is our 10 period moving average exit, and you'll see this is what I'm using here. So whenever the price closed above the moving average, which is here, this is the first bar where it closed above the cyan line, then we exit on the open of the next bar. Okay, so let's change the exit, and I've programmed these in a way that I can just switch exits quite quickly and easily. So now we look at that first profitable close with the 4-day delay exit. Now you'll notice we have to be in the trade for a minimum of 4 days, including the day of entry. So 1 bar, 2 bar, 3, 4. Now we look, is the close in profit? Yes, it is. The close is higher than where we got in, so we exit on the open of the next bar. So this one actually got out 1 bar earlier than the 10 period moving average exit. Let's look at the third exit we got for this. Now let's look at the RSI2 exit. So we've got our RSI2 indicator. I'll just bring this up. 2 period RSI, and we're saying we want to exit when prices close above the 70 level. Now I've got this horizontal green line here drawn at the 70 level, and we can see that on this bar here it closed above 70, which was this here. So this close here was when it closed above 70, so we exit on the open of the next bar, and that was actually the shortest duration in that trade. So exit number 4 is the MACD exit. And this is actually the longest in the trade, you can see. And let's just drop the RSI out the way. And what we're looking for is the 3 consecutive higher closes of the histogram. So we've got, we're in the trade here, so we're in the trade on this bar here. This is at 1 higher close, the next one was lower. So we've got 1 higher, 2 higher, 3 higher. So now we can exit on the open of the next bar, and you'll see that's here. Okay, so that's our 4 simple exits. The entry stays the same. Just remember that filter, make sure the price is above the 200 period moving average, that kind of suggests that we are in an overall longer term uptrend. So let's look through the results. Let's go back to exit number 1. Now, the results you'll see are in points. So if you see a trade that has 30, then that 30 value isn't actually a dollar value, it's just a point value. So we're using the 10-period moving average exit in this test. And that's what the equity curve looks like. Quite nice. We did have a big drawdown period here, starting in the middle of 2018 through till maybe the end of 2020, but we have continued to make new highs, as we can see with the green dots. Over that period, it made 836 points of the S&P. It was 58 or almost 59% profitable. Let's have a look at the next exit. Next one of my favourites, is the first profitable close. I expect this to have a higher winning percentage, which it has. It's profitable over 80% of the time, making much more money at 1,374 points in this one. And the equity curve is nicer. That drawdown period is in a similar position, but it's not as severe as using that exit number 1 with the 10-period moving average. Next, we're going to look at the RSI exit and the MACD exit to see if we can improve upon that first profitable close exit. But before we do that, if you're enjoying this video, then please do me a favour and hit the thumbs up button now. And maybe subscribe if you want to see more videos, more strategy videos, just like this one. And if you like rule-based strategies, then you should probably download my 22-page Beat the Markets Strategy Guidebook, which includes 3 strategies, a little bit like this, rule-based, algorithmic, and they're 3 of the viewer, favourite strategies. And if you use the link in the description down below, you can get that for 100% free at the moment. Let's have a look at those 2 final exits. So exit number 3, which is using RSI 2. There's the equity curve. Again, not so much of a severe drawdown as that moving average exit, so that's good. Hasn't quite made as much money as the first profitable close. And the winning percentage is a little bit lower too, but it's definitely quite a nice exit. I quite like that exit. The green dots do represent new highs in the equity, all the way back to 2006. And the last exit is the MACD exit. There's the equity curve making nice new highs. Again, not such a severe drawdown, so that's quite nice. Making less money though. More than the moving average exit, but still less than the other 2. Percent profitable, 64%. I'm pleased to say that all the exits did produce positive results. However, in this test, I believe the best one was using the first profitable close with the 4-day delay. In fact, while all of the exits actually get out of the trade into strength, the first profitable close is the only one that actually waits for the trade to be in actual profit. Because with the other exits, although they do wait for a little rally, what we could have done is entered the market, and then the market could have continued to go down, going against us, and then we could have got a little rally triggering one of the other 3 exits and getting us out, and that might have been getting us out at a loss, whereas the first profitable close has to wait for actual profit regardless of the short-term rally. We saw that we did have quite a big drawdown with the moving average exit. Looking at the net profit, the moving average exit gave us 830 points, the first profitable close 1,370, the most. The RSI was the second best at 1,170. The MACD gave us 910 points. So there's 4 different exit techniques that you can use, and you've seen how each of them perform in this particular strategy. Wrapping up this video then, and thanks for staying with me until the end, I've shown you one way that you can use the MACD or the MACD indicator to time entry points for the S&P 500. And I've given you those 4 separate exits which all work. Essentially, with this strategy, we're just buying into short-term weakness in an overall uptrend. And using that MACD indicator is pretty similar to using RSI on a fast setting like RSI2. You're going to get very similar entries. So depending on what indicator you like, there's options there, MACD or RSI. I know some of you do like the MACD indicator, you've said so, so that's what prompted this video and this study. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, and until the next one, this is Jared Goodwin, and thank you.